So this is the second silver heat. 30 seconds left.
Contact 12 and 56. 20.
So most boats proceed to the shore. Kristians tacking in green boat. So does Bengt Olsberg 159, Bolinsjö 59, Olle Krog 77, 133, Stig Strömqvist and Fredrik Ering far out, number 12. 120, Rami from Finland, number 645 Ulf Lindberg, 127 Olle Apelqvist, 180 Chaco Kaiser, number 17 Tobias Vogt, Germany, 115 Magnus Janeborn, 14 Phil Burgess, 290 Julian from Canada, and we have close to the shore 56 from the UK. So they are moving up to the windward mark, and I'll close in on that now to see how that will look. So number 17 has a good approach, it seems, in that direction. He has most likely the advantage for the windward mark. Phil Burgess chooses to go closer to the shore, but Tobias Vogt is already approaching the windward mark. He might have to tack once more. Yes. And so Kristians as well. Bengt Olsberg comes in, as does Ulf Lindberg, but he has to go behind Bengt Olsberg. And you see already Tobias passing, coming downwind. Kristians, Bengt Olsberg, Ulf Lindberg. Bengt Olsberg has to make a turn. Fredrik Adrian in the fourth position, followed by Olle Apelqvist. Bengt Olsberg on the outer track, 133. Stig Strömqvist in the middle, Pelle Georgsson, 56. (180) Chaco Kaiser, 115 Magnus Janeborn. So let's zoom out and see where the whole fleet is now. You see Kristians approaching Tobias, almost equal position now as they approach the downwind marks. So Tobias, 256, goes to the outside. So let's see who wins. in that comparison. It's rather important because they are the two leading boats. They're almost in the same position as when they turned. Someone probably is likely to win. Chris Dance chose not to go too far out. He's already on his way in. Tobias has not yet tacked close to the bridge. It depends on what angle he will get of approach to Chris. Chris now once again turns, hoping to get some lift towards the windward mark. But of course Tobias is likely to have more or less the same lift as is Bengt Olsberg coming behind him, and Ulf Lindberg in between, a little behind. So it looks as if Tobias will get a slightly increased lead. His choice of route has been more advantageous so far. Let's see what Fredrik Edrin does out there, whether he wins by going so far out or not. Number 12. So Tobias, Germany, 17 to the left in the picture here nearby, and Chris Dance, number 256. The green boat to the right, both now tack ahead to get closer to the windward mark. Followed by Ulf Lindberg. And so the three leading boats in the picture now. 74 Per Eliasson coming directly after Ulf Lindberg with a better angle actually. So Pelle has a better speed than Ulf Lindberg and is catching up, probably passing Ulf Lindberg at this point. But it's difficult to see from this angle. Fredrik Edrin comes in with good speed from the outer side. Bengt Olsberg has lost a couple of positions. 77 Olle Krog goes also well on the outside, but is behind the others. So Chris Dance is coming after 17, who has already passed. The third position, number 74, has passed Ulf Lindberg. That's Pelle Georgsson, Sweden. They are coming out more or less side by side from the gate, from the spreader. And number 12, Fredrik Edring, has gained a number of positions by going far out, which was not obvious, I would say. A couple of boats coming in on port, will that work? Well, the question is if anyone has touched the mark or not. So let's see if there are any penalties there. Yes, I think so. Yes, 180, as I thought, had touched the mark. That's Chaco Kaiser. So let's go up and see the leading group of sailors now. Tobias has a fairly secure lead. So we'll see how Tobias chooses to, he goes to the inner side again. And Chris Dance in the green boat seems to go to the left, hoping to gain something from that, although the distance is already considerable. Let's see what happens then with 74. And Ulf Lindberg goes to the inside. Fredrik Edgren to the outside, number 12. So Tobias is Germany, number 17, is covering Chris Dance. Fredrik Edgren chooses once more to go further out. Let's see if he wins by that. He's a very experienced sailor, Fredrik, and he has done some spectacular recoveries in earlier races that I've seen, so I wouldn't be surprised that he might win. Particularly, he might be able to catch Chris Dance at this point, and Ulf Lindberg. We will see. So now Fredrik Edgren has tacked and is on his way in. Hoping to get some lift. And yes, he has some prospect of coming there. That's Fredrik Edgren coming, and I think it would be interesting to see how that will work with Chris Dance is coming here, so they are approaching each other. It's going to be very tight between the two, followed by 74, but I think Chris Dance will make it, possibly also 74 will pass. And they are going towards the finishing line now. So does Ulf Lindberg, coming on the inner track with a good speed. And he may be able to go directly without tacking, we will see. So yes, Ulf Lindberg takes the second position. It might be that Ulf, yes, I think Fredrik Edgren takes the third position. Pelle Georgsson fourth, and 256 Chris Dance goes in as number 5th. 115. Just ahead, managed to get ahead Rami and Ola Appelqvist, Chaco Kaiser, Olof Krug, Phil Burgess, 75 Winton, and that's about it for this race.